everybody, Tiffany from Tiffany's Epiphanies here, and welcome to my channel. It's been a while. I got a new position at my work. The lady that I worked with went on maternity leave at the same time, and it has been bananas. It has been crazy. But she came back. She came off of maternity leave, and she's back, and my life just doesn't feel as stressed, and it has been amazing. We've been kind of slow as well, and I've been able to get on social media more like I used to. It's been kind of nice not to be on there, but you know, it just is what it is. Now I'm kind of getting back on it. I've missed it. I've had a nice little detox, and so now I'm going to take some time and get back into my YouTube, get back on Twitter. I love the recovery community on Twitter. It is just amazing. I love talking to these people. One of them's Driven Industries. I'm going to put him in my comments so that y'all can find his page. He has a lot of experience with, people in his life that, like there's suicide, not him, but like people in his life, suicide, mental illness, and addiction and things like that. And so he just always reaching out to people, and so I want to put that in the comments. This is just a little something, like a video I do for every time I do a post, and it's a little late because it was like January 11th when I think I made this post, or the 12th, and it was about denial, really mostly about rationalization and denial, and how alcoholism is a disease of yet. And I'd wondered where I'd heard that phrase, and I've heard it through the years, like, oh, well, I don't do stuff like that yet. Like, I don't dance on the bar, or I don't go home with random people, or I would never do that. I would never do this. I would never steal. I would never stick a needle in my arm. Now, I haven't done that, but if I was in addiction, I would have to say yet. What's bad is, though, every time I wouldn't say yet, but every time sometimes I would end up lowering my standards. When I was younger, I was in church and I had a higher power, but I didn't understand. I had a reverent fear of my God. I didn't want to do the things that were wrong. Number one, the commandments aren't there, and sins, they talk about sins on there, and it's not so we don't have fun. It's because God knew that it would just eat a little bit of our soul away, like chip at our heart. Them Duggars aren't perfect, but I remember one thing they used to say about kissing and all that stuff. They just give a little piece of your heart away every time. And I look back and I'm like, yes. I was like, I wish, I would have had that kind of analogy or metaphor or simile, whichever one that is. Y'all can tell me below. So, I did lower my standards and do some things. I went out drinking and made fools of myself. I made really bad decisions. Broken law, but if you have to ask me, I'll tell you what I did. But I'm so glad that today I've been granted awareness through working the 12 steps, and I don't have to have that anymore. I don't have to have, I feel sometimes people are in addiction. You cross a line, but a lot of times we drink a lot and we party a lot. Like, have you ever saw a lot of those shows where people, like those reality shows, and they're usually drunk? There's alcohol around, and they act a fool, and they're trying to get attention. Stuff, I guess, like Big Brother back in the day, Jersey Shore, different stuff like that. Real World and stuff, and people would always get drunk, and they'd make a fool of themselves on TV. If we drink like that, there's probably some folks out there that will make a fool of themselves without alcohol, but a lot of times people would, and they would do things they never thought. They look back and like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did stuff like that. I made a fool of myself on TV. And oops. And so, and it is what it is. I did the things I did. You've done the things that you've did. All these people. And all we can do is just take it as a learning situation. And it took a lot of years to get get through the guilt and shame. But I did, because in my recovery, I worked the steps. Everybody's different. We all do different things. Some people go to church. Some people go to a counselor. Some people are sicker than others and they have to take some sort of medication. Sometimes I feel like I need to take medication, but when I'm ready for that, it'll happen. And I don't have to do those things anymore. I don't want to lower my standards, and I don't look back, and I just help others, you know, to be aware. Rationalization. I do it today in sobriety. I do it. My big thing is food. You know, I've had a really bad day. At least it's not a glass of wine. You know, at least it's not a beer. At least I'm not going out and getting drunk because of my situations. I'm going out and having $15 worth of Taco Bell. I just like, and then it's like a vicious circle. Like back in the days of drinking, I'm upset because I'm overweight, but then I go out and eat $15 worth of Taco Bell, or I just eat like crazy, and then but now I'm getting a better relationship with food. With my new job, I don't make as much. I'm on a budget, so I'm having a grocery shop. I'm not eating out as much. In tough situations, you know, I always try to find a silver lining, and that's what I'm doing. I'm losing weight. I go to the gym, not as much as I used to, but I have to understand, even as an alcoholic, we used to have to do everything full force sometimes, and even in recovery, we have to feel like we have to do things full force because I have that addictive mind, and I learn now that I don't have to, and I can just start over. I feel like I'm kind of rambling today. I think I just have a lot of things on my mind. So this is the video of just kind of saying hi. I just kind of want to get things started, and I hope to bring more of these videos to you soon. I'm hoping to get better things like more cameras, learn how to edit. It's going to be a learning, you know, situation. I'm really excited. I really want to do this. It's a lot of fun to me. I want to put my place in this world, and I want to help people. I have a servant's heart. Actually, I was told my gifts were exhortation and mercy. So I'm a cheerleader for the down and out. It can be tough, but I'm usually happy even when I'm down. You know, the moon doesn't have to be full to shine at its brightest. It can still shine, you know, when you don't see it all. So that's kind of it today. You know, if this doesn't work for you, you could put it in your spiritual toolbox or toolkit for later. You know, always, you just got to put everything in there. And they say this in the program, you know, hear what you want, take what you don't. And I always hope I can help somebody, even when I'm rambling. Maybe you're watching this video and you're laughing at me, but that's okay. You know, at least I made you laugh. So thank you so much for your time. Love y'all. Wish you all the best, and I will be seeing you soon. Thanks.